Hey guys, welcome to my video. Without me noticing, 2024 is finally coming to its end. Many things had happened in K-pop this year, lots of controversies, tons of underwhelming releases, but we also got some hits. And as I promised in the previous video, I am going to list 10 of my favorite K-pop songs from this year. With that being said, let's get into the video.
Can you handle? Can you handle me?
Oh no, I thought Reflective Pain hates K-pop UK Garage. This doesn't make any sense. Correct, I am tired of it. Every time a certain sound became trendy in K-pop, everyone would copy that one popular song and only tweaked it a bit. NewJeans' approach when it comes to their two-step songs is always effortless and easy to listen, so everyone started copying that. Classy did the unthinkable, they did the opposite, they make a troll UK Garage song. Started out like your cookie-cutter UK Garage K-pop, the song blasted into the annoyingly repetitive catchy chorus. One might argue that this song is just straight-up TikTok song, and I would agree with that. They definitely took some notes from repetitively catchy song that blew up on TikTok like Magnetic by All It, but they cranked up that annoying factor to 10, and I thank them for that, because this song is so fucking good. After spending a year finishing up the Artemis project, with the comeback of Odd Eye Circle, solo debut of Heejin, as well as digital single of Ha Seul, Artemis finally made their debut with their first ever full studio album, Doll. As I mentioned on the previous video, the 2 months rollout period was not exactly smooth, but at the end of the day, we still got some hits. The title track, Virtual Angel, is definitely the highlight of the album. Described as Europop-inspired song with Y2K feel, whatever that means, Virtual Angel saw the return of Archangel's-era Grimes-inspired music for the first time in Luna's discography since Odd Eye Circle's 2017 song, Lunatic. While Lunatic felt flirty and cutesy, Virtual Angel took a different approach with a heartfelt melody, synth-wavy production, and hymn-like background vocals, created an out-of-this-world, angelic feel that matches the lyrics revolving the virtual connection between fan and idol. Best disbandment song ever. No, I don't think they disbanded yet, but they certainly went out of their previous label with a bang. Despite being the title track of their third effort, and released after all of the other Luna members made their re-debut under different labels, TTYL got to be the most Luna-sounding song we got from them in a while, at least title track-wise. While Artemis and Chu debuted with a more sentimental feel track, and Eve went full-on trendy garage house, Lusemble bring out the more traditional, fun K-pop feel to their discography. TTYL is definitely the track where I see that aspect on its strongest. The dance pop track felt like the mix of Odd Eye Circle Odd Front and Luna's 2020 hit, Why Not? With euphoric hooks, paired with playful auto-tune that brings in some of the fun, troll factor into the song, followed by the undeniably catchy rhymes in the post-chorus that you can't resist but sing along. Honestly, it's just fun to listen to a song that is just K-pop all through and through, the danceable beat, the catchy rhymes, the flashy production, down to its campy English lyrics like, You baddie riz me tonight, that I am sure nobody could ever forget.
Tell me I'm calling you GPT. 대답해줘 GPT. 넌 내가 안 궁금해. 이대로도 충분해.
After releasing flops after flops ever since the release of Beautiful Monster, STAYC finally showed that they are still the hitmaker that we all know and love with the release of the confusing but twinkly cheeky Icy Thang. While the song was not received very well by the public, to the point that the members acknowledged that, it is still a hit on my chart. So I was pretty hyped up for the release of GPT, and to my surprise, they did not disappoint me with this release. With GPT, STAYC expand their twinkly synth sound even more, with the deliciously futuristic yet dreamy instrumental and a brief mix of drum and bass in the minimalistic bridge, contrasting the entire song, before wrapping up in the climactic last chorus. Though I have to say, the chorus might not be as catchy as cheeky Icy Thang's chorus, but I think the instrumental balanced it out so the song is still interesting. Of course I can't leave her out from this list. Though her collab EP with Xylo, Two Rocks, left me rather disappointed, and her other singles from this year are just okay, T-shirt managed to prove that Roo Soo-jung is still that soloist. Opted to a more straightforward pop rock feel rather than the more subdued approach that she went with for White Dress. T-shirt definitely felt stronger compared to its predecessor. In T-shirt, Roo Soo-jung let the drums and guitar took the main spotlight and carry the breezy top line across the chorus, creating a refreshing yet sentimental sound that felt somewhat summery. It's a perfect song to be her first Japanese single.
반짝인 두 눈에 담겨있는 별빛들을 만지다 두근대는 소리 가득한 세상에서.
While they're known for their discography, I have to be honest, I never really got into their album aside from a few popular B-sides. I did check most of their more recent album though, and I have to say, their two previous albums are just okay, but Cosmic is a pretty solid work. I have quite a few favorites from the album, but among those, the retro synthpop track, Bubble, tugged that nostalgia strings in my heart and easily became my favorite. Produced by couple, Charlie Taft and Daniel Obi Klein, who famously wrote Eclipse by Kim Lip, along with soloist Suman, there is just no way I would dislike this song based on their track record on producing hits. With an out-of-this-world harmonious opening, the song quickly turned into a simpler synth-pop song. While good on its own, most of my bias came from the fact that it sounds so much like their senior label mate, SNSD song from 2009, Girlfriend, which has to be one of my favorite B-side by them. So, between the three songs that I like from this album, I have to choose this to be on this list.
Lead me to your dream 그리고 우린 더 높이 We going up, down, up, down, up, down.
Rookie group Recent made quite of a noise this year for a new group from smaller company, especially after their first comeback with title track Love Attack. Although for me, the pre-release single to their debut, Yo-Yo, is probably what piqued my interest to the group's music. Yo-Yo is a synthpop song with dreamy feel, likened to releases from groups such as Red Velvet, Luna, GWSN, and Billy when it was released. The instrumental felt lush but also somewhat fuzzy, especially in the intro of the song with buzzing synth that sounds like some kind of a magnetic portal that pulls you in. The chorus consists of talk singing, and if you came from the previous video, you know that I am not really a fan of talk singing, but here, the talk singing felt appropriate. The instrumental, though rather minimal, is interesting enough to glazed over the talk singing. But unlike many other K-pop songs from these past 2 years, Yo-Yo managed to give stronger impact with its post-chorus when the instrumental finally kicked in and the members teased a little bit more of their vocal talent, while still maintaining the moody atmosphere. Compared to their debut title track, Yo-Yo might feel somewhat more plain. Hence why it was probably chosen as the pre-release instead of being the title track, but I find its calmer approach to be more appealing and matches the dreamy feel better. After spending almost a full year as a 5-piece group, Billy finally made their comeback as a whole this year. And with the return of Moon Soo-ah and Soohyun, I feel like they bring in some of that quality that is missing from the group's previous single album as well as their first Japanese EP. While I have to be honest, the EP is not as good as some of their older releases, it's still a huge improvement from whatever Dang was. Billy always have a certain sonic theme for each of their album. This album tackles a jazzy-inspired sound, which they have attempted before in their previous album but never really went into it. Among all of those tracks, Blue Rose stood out the most to me. Dubbed as a city pop song, Blue Rose has some jazz influence along with its somewhat live instrument feel instrumental, distanced itself from other city pop inspired K-pop that usually feel more digitalized and clean. The instrumental felt more raw and organic, and that definitely added more charm to the song along with the members' lush vocals, created a luxurious atmosphere. I never consider Haiki as an album-focused group. I don't like any of their B-sides prior to their 2024 EP, Love or Hate. The 4-tracks EP has moody and nostalgic feel all over it, with songs written by some of my favorite K-pop composers such as Sweet-un and Monetary. And of course my favorite from the album is the Monetary-produced mid-tempo track, Rainfalls. While other songs in the album felt trendier, with more interesting production, Rainfalls stood out with its sentimental chorus and simpler instrumental. There's just something about that melody on the chorus that sounded so nostalgic. It's a perfect continuation to High Key's two-parter ballad series from earlier this year while still maintaining the more upbeat energy from the rest of the EP. Triple S have been pumping out music non-stop since the debut of their first unit, Acid Angel from Asia in late 2022. While this is not necessarily a good thing, as they would release plenty of nondescript track on their album, Triple S still managed to at least sneak in one or two amazing track in each album that they released. Non-Scale is one of them. Teased firstly as one of the possible candidate for their label mate, Artemis pre-release single for their debut album, Non-Scale lose to other songs in the damned NFT-involved voting session held by their agency. Ever since then, I long for the release of Non-Scale. That 10-second snippet is enough to leave an impact in me, probably because of its WJSN-esque chorus, courtesy to their longtime collaborator Fullbloom who also penned this track. In a true WJSN fashion, Non-Scale is a bubbly, saccharine pop song with bittersweet melody and lyrics. Some might describe it as something straight out of magical girl anime, just like how people would describe WJSN's older Cosmic theme song. And truthfully, it really does sound like a WJSN scrap, complete with the XES rap. That's probably why I like it so much. The kids really long for WJSN comeback. We want another UUU. We want another dreams come true. We had enough of that UK garage bullshit. Let's go back to the real K-pop. Honestly, with how inconsistent Triple S with their music, it's kind of surprising how they still managed to end all this other K-pop songs for 2 years in a row. The whole industry needs to do better for next year. Okay, enough with the talking, now I want to show you all some of my favorite songs that don't make it to the top 10.
It's my second day, I don't wanna feel you. No, I just wanna feel you, baby. Oh yeah, cherish my love. Cherish my 늘이라 저리라 바빴지만 오늘 난 올라가 높은 하늘로
So that's all for this video. Last thing, for the people who is still sticking up with me to this point, thank you. I wasn't really active this year and my editing is getting really stale, but every once in a while I still want to upload some video to this channel. Anyway, see you in the next year.